South Africa now faces another sovereign credit rating decision tomorrow. Standard & Poor's has the country on the lowest investment grade rating. That means we're just off junk status. Luckily, a downgrade is not expected, but domestic problems will continue to put pressure on our credit rating going forward.
The rand has lost ground this month. Last week it got sold down ahead of ratings decision by Fitch. And judging by losses sustained by the dollar, it would seem that the currency is being sold on domestic problems. But it's also a victim of global circumstances.
Well, the domestic risk factors are obviously Eskom is a challenge. Obviously, the low GDP estimates and the continued downgrades are a problem. And also, to an extent, I'd say that the downgrades, the risk of being downgraded by the ratings agencies for most of our bonds and maybe for South Africa in general does mean that people are worried about South Africa. And current account deficit continues to be a challenge as well.
We've had a little bit of a consolidation in terms of the dollar index. Emerging markets in general, however, have remained pressured. So if you have a look at the rand, we were pressured. It's the Brazilian real, the Turkish lira. We all kind of sold off in the same vein, and that was notwithstanding the fact that the dollar was actually a little bit downbeat over that same time period.
There has also been weakness in South African government bonds, but analysts are not alarmed at the rising yields and say it is a normal market function.
Remember, S&P is on BBB minus. They are the most bearish or the most negative of the big three ratings agencies, but the outlook is still unstable. So they shifted us one notch lower, but the outlook is stable. I don't get the sense that there's been any material deterioration that isn't already encapsulated in their lower credit rating. So I don't anticipate a move from S&P moving South Africa into junk status. I don't even anticipate that they will change their outlook from stable to negative. I think.
And the analysts are not convinced that S&P will cut South Africa's credit rating tomorrow.
There's been an increase from the last meeting to today. Most of the bonds the yields have gone up by between 20 and 30 basis points, which is an indication that the bond trading market, or the market in general, is expecting a 25 basis points rate hike at the next meeting when Mr. Kganyago addresses the country again.
So it is steady as she goes for now. But any more bad data from the economy and a downgrade to junk status may soon be on the cards. Deutsch, SABC News.